Hey, Fragrance Junkie Gang, welcome back to the channel. And if you are new, welcome. Today, you guys, I have officially entered chapter 37 of my life. That's right, it is my birthday today. And what better way to bring in my birthday than with a good old Kringle PR haul? This haul includes the 6 fragrances that are going to be released on June 18th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in any of these fragrances, stay tuned for my cold sniff impressions. We've all been hearing some teasers about these new 3-wick vessels that are going to be replacing the classic 2-wick signature jar style. I'm super excited for these 3-wicks. I am a 3-wick girly, and while I do enjoy the 2-wicks and the 4-wicks, the extra large 4-wicks from Kringle, I'm super excited for these new 3-wick vessels. With these new 3-wick vessels, you'll be getting 22 ounces of 100% soy wax, the labels that we all love on the classic signature 2-wick jars and extra large 4-wick jars, and they will retail for $31. When this launch happens, feel free to use my code. I will have it in the description box below and pop it up on the screen for you guys. It's Fragrance Junkie if you would like to save 15% off of your items. Without further ado, let's hop into this unboxing. So the first one I'm going to unbox is American Pie. As you can see, I do have oils on the box. And this is the beautiful label for American Pie. And out of the 6 fragrances that I received in PR, this is the only one that had oils kind of settled at the top, but they seem to have settled down into the wax. So I'll definitely be able to give you guys a post-burn review of this one sooner than I thought I would be. American Pie has fragrance notes of apple, pear, rose, vanilla, cinnamon, and pastry. And you guys, I'm not hyping this fragrance up because I know when people see a lot of people agreeing with everybody on a fragrance that smells great, y'all think we hyping it up, but this is amazing. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm not a big gourmand lover. So me and my friend Katie were going back and forth in our DMs and we were talking about our wish list because at the time I wasn't sure I was going to receive the free PR package. And her number one choice off the rip was American Pie. And I was like, oh, I'm interested in all 5 of them except American Pie. So I think it was because I thought this was going to lean super fall heavy. But in all honesty, it doesn't. And for me being a non-gourmand lover, what I appreciate about this fragrance blend, especially with it being released in the summer, like you could still enjoy this during the fall, is not super heavy on that pastry note. I feel like cherry pie has more of a dominant, like buttery, flaky pie crust. This one is more subtle, but it is present. The cinnamon is not super heavy and dominating in this fragrance. So this doesn't just give me like a basic spiced apple pie, and it doesn't give me an overload of like bakery gourmand with bakery spices and pie filling. It's very well balanced. It smells delicious. It smells like it's more definitely a red apple note. And that red apple is not too tart. It has a freshness to it, but then it has that beautiful bakery cinnamon note in there with the subtle pastry accord. So this one you could get away with enjoying during the summer as well as the fall. When it comes to the other notes, rose, I don't really get anything floral. And the apple is definitely more prominent than the pear. This is more apple forward to me than pear. I don't get much of the pear. And vanilla, it's not heavy on the vanilla. If anything, the vanilla is probably smoothing out that cinnamon from keeping it from being too harsh or too overdone. And it's balancing all the notes out. But I don't get like a dominant vanilla fragrance. And I'm so glad I received this one in PR because this was one I was going to pass up. And I'm glad I was able to smell it and experience it, especially burn it for you guys, because I think this one, knowing the gourmand lovers, this one is more than likely going to be the top seller. So I'm not trying to spook anybody or anything, but this one may sell out the fastest. So if you're a gourmand lover, even if you aren't, even if you want to get this and put it up for the fall, just based off of cold sniff, I recommend purchasing this one. Next up, we have Cypress and Sea Spray. I absolutely love this label, and the fragrance notes are right up my alley. Cypress and Sea Spray has fragrance notes of fig, bergamot, fig leaf, jasmine, lily of the valley, fig tree wood, cedar wood, and vanilla. And to me, this fragrance leans definitely in that like outdoorsy, earthy realm. It's fresh, but it doesn't go in the way of sea salt and bergamot, where that fragrance gives off like a fresh laundry scent, like fresh, clean laundry. This is more fresh, outdoorsy, earthy fragrance for sure. I absolutely love it. Now, when it comes to, it's not heavy on the bergamot, so it's not giving me a like dominant cologne presence. The fig is definitely more of an earthy fig than a sweet fig note. I don't really get anything sweet in this fragrance. Jasmine and lily of the valley, cedarwood, and vanilla. No vanilla, definitely cedarwood, not heavy on the floral notes. So if you were looking at this one and thinking it was going to be too much with the florals, the lily of the valley and the jasmine, I feel like they're more background supporting notes to this fragrance. But I mostly get the fig and the cedarwood. So like I said, just think fresh, earthy, and outdoorsy. And if you love fragrances like that, this leans green. So with the fig note in this candle, I'm guessing it's more of a green fig that has that earthiness to it. Whereas in bay leaf and fig, that one isn't super green and earthy like this. So you gotta like green earthy scents and fresh green earthy scents to get into this one. But my earthy loving heart is loving this one on cold, so I can't wait to light it up and review it for you guys. Next up, we have red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue has fragrance notes of salted pomelo, forest pine, rosebush, cottonflower, sandalwood, and soft musk. Oh, and this is a beautiful scent, you guys. This is a beautiful conceptual scent. And I feel like it's leaning a little perfumey from that rose, the musk. You get a slight powderiness, but it's not like a heavy baby powder. And it's definitely not like a mature, perfumey, powdery floral fragrance. I feel like you'll have to like rose to get into this one, which I love rose. Not getting much of the pomelo or the forest pine. I would say definitely that rosebush, cottonflower, and soft musk. And it has a slight undertone of a creaminess from like a sandalwood presence. But the sandalwood isn't heavy. Definitely soft musk, cottonflower, and rose. So it's not, I don't want to say it's soapy because it's not giving me, I mean, it could pass for like a Dove, the pink Dove bar soap. But it's very pretty. I think if you like soft, subtle rose scents, it's not super light. So I think this one will make a nice bedroom scent because it is like a softer scent profile, but it's a very pretty one. It's not a heavy, deep red rose. And that cotton flower and that soft musk really does a good job at balancing out the rose so that it's present, but it's not boom in your face present like a fresh cut roses from Yankee. So this one, I would say if you love florals, you love rose scents, you don't mind some fresh, soft, like powderiness in there, red, white, and blue is beautiful on cold. And when I saw the label to this one, I automatically thought of Pink Beach from Yankee, but this fragrance is Coral Sands. Coral Sands has fragrance notes of citrus, melon, mango, tropical florals, musk, and sweet. And yes, while this does remind me of Pink Beach from Yankee, is not exactly the same. I feel like this one has more of a prominent melon note. And it is sweet and it's not heavy on the tropical floral. So this one leans more sweet and fruity than like a sweet, fruity floral fragrance, at least on cold. And as far as the mango, I'm not even getting too much of the mango on cold. I'm mostly picking up on that melon at the forefront. Even though I don't feel this is a 1-for-1 of Yankees, like I don't feel like it's an exact dupe of Yankees Pink Sands. I do feel like if you enjoy Pink Sands, you'll easily enjoy Coral Sands, but you have to like melon though, because that melon is definitely at the forefront where I feel like Pink Sands from Yankee has a bit more going on with it, with the tropical florals and the fruit. This says citrus. Yeah, citrus and mango. I'm mostly getting that melon at the forefront with this one. So I love Pink Sands from Yankee, so I cannot wait to try Coral Sands from Kringle. American Dream is another fragrance that I was super excited to try out. American Dream has fragrance notes of rose, lily of the valley, cedarwood, minerals, vetiver, amber, musk, and oak moss. So this sounds like a very complex scent on paper. And these candles definitely have some good weight to them, you guys. They're not as light as those 14-ounce 3-wick painted jars. And with this one, I will say out of all 6 of the fragrances, this one is the lightest on cold. And all I can really detect is cedarwood. It's not a heavy cedarwood, but that's mostly what I get at the forefront. And maybe some of that vetiver and oak moss. Something smells a little, I don't want to say leathery, but kind of smoky. Like for some reason, I'm getting a soft, woodsy smokiness with this, even though it's not a smoke note listed. So as far as rose and lily of the valley, I'm not getting much of this. And this leans more masculine. Red, white, and blue has more of like a feminine vibe to it, where this one comes off a little bit more like masculine leaning with that dominant cedarwood note, but it's a soft scent. So hopefully this one will come alive on warm and give me some more scent notes and also have a nice throw to it. Even if this doesn't perform well in my open concept, I don't mind fragrances like this in my bedroom. But yeah, amber, I'm not getting a lot of amber. I know a lot of people, when Kringle tends to put amber in the fragrances, they feel like they go overboard a bit with the amber, but I'm not getting amber. Yeah, I'm not really getting much amber. Like this could have a bit of a cologne vibe to it, but it's very light. So I would have to warm this one and see what else comes through, because this one is a little bit harder to read on cold than the other candles in this collection. And then last but not least, we have Citrus Soleil. Citrus Soleil has fragrance notes of bergamot, grapefruit, petitgrain, orange blossom, vanilla, musk, cedarwood, and amber. Oh yeah, and this is nice and citrusy. It's not overpowering. I honestly feel like I'm getting more of a lemon citrus than a pungent, tart, fresh grapefruit note. And I love grapefruit, and that's not to say the grapefruit isn't there, but it could be the way it's blending with the bergamot. I'm getting more of like a citrusy lemon though, than like a lemon lime type of bergamot blend. What else did they say was in here? Petitgrain, I'm thinking that's a floral or a leafy green note. It's not heavy on the orange blossom. Yeah, I'm not getting a heavy presence of an orange blossom floral. I'm mostly getting citrus. And as far as the musk, cedarwood, and amber, I'm not really picking up on those notes on cold either. Like I'm not getting a powdery, fresh, clean, soft muskiness. I'm not getting any of cedarwood, like a woodsy presence. And then as far as the amber, I'm not really getting anything that's resinous or perfumey from the amber. So I'm guessing it's the bergamot and the grapefruit playing together, or maybe a soft floral, but it's not heavy on that petitgrain or orange blossom. It's mostly citrus forward to my nose on cold. And I think scents like this, I love citrusy fragrances during the spring and the hot summer months. So I will be having dedicated post-burn reviews coming out throughout the week leading up to the launch date. So stay tuned just in case there's any fragrances you want to know about the burn performances, since these vessels are new, and if any of the fragrances change up on warm versus what I got on cold. That's it, you guys. That's all I have for this Kringle summer haul. If you happen to enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, bye.